Right, everybody. So this is game number 1 of NGS Season 5, Week 2, Division D West, Hello Team versus Bone Boys, bringing us to Infernal Shrines. So, Infernal Shrines, a pretty heavy rotation map, a map that where you're going to be forced to fight on the objective point and this, like the multiple different objective points. So a lot of those long, sustained team fight heroes are really strong. You got the Alexstrasas, the Sonya, some of the mages like Jaina or Kel'Thas to be allowing to steal some of those monsters up on in the Punisher. But we also have Whitemane is available for NGS this week, starting yesterday actually for this round of NGS. So this round 2, usually NGS has the rules. Well, not usually. They do have the rule that a new hero is banned from NGS for the first 2 weeks, which works out well for this new style of matchmaking for NGS, so that basically every round is 2 weeks. So with this round 2, Whitemane was available, but not going to be played today because it is banned out, along with Azmodan. Azmodan providing kind of one of those long-range mages where he can get some burst late game. I mean, he is a late game hero, but he gets a lot of burst and a lot of sustained damage with the auto attacks if he is fighting along with it. Plus, he still provides that split pressure with the general on the other lane. Granted, it's not as powerful as it used to be with his rework, but it is still something that you need to be taking care of. So, Hello Team banning out Kel'Thas, one of the heroes I mentioned earlier, provides just a lot of good zone control on the objective. Being able to spread chain bombs in a close-knit area where everybody's kind of forced into that circle, and Flame Strike allows you to steal a lot of those minions. So what is Bone Boys going to ban out as well? There's still Genji available. Maybe they don't want to get rid. They want to get rid of a second healer to allow them a higher priority on a healer, but they get rid of Blaze, getting rid of that one of those solo laners. Not deciding to go with the Urel, which is interesting because they are the team that picks 2 in a row, but it doesn't matter because Hello Team immediately picks up the Joanna. It makes me think that is probably most likely a comfort pick for the tank player on their team. I mean, Joanna can fit in any team comp. She shows no hand on the draft, so you can pick your tank up right away, knowing that there's not really anything else that we're too worried about. We can pick up 2 other people right afterwards. And surprisingly enough, Bone Boys picks up Raynor and Deckard right off the bat, and actually picking Raynor into a Joanna, which actually is not the best for Raynor because Joanna provides some blinds. And Hello Team answers with another blind hero with the Cassia immediately picked up. Didn't time it out with their 2 players of who was going to play what. They knew that they were playing Cassia, deciding on the second, ended up picking the Phoenix. So they did show both of their DPSers or their assassins right off the bat, leaving very little room for any counter picks, or for them to want to counter pick Bone Boys on the next round. A lot of times you kind of want to see a healer or maybe your offline laner here in this first round, so that way you can leave your 5th to be a pick. Because a lot of assassins do counter a lot of heroes, or maybe pick up like another specialist or like a Medivh or something. Bone Boys deciding to ban out the Lily. They said there's already 2 blinds on the other team. We don't want to give them a 3rd, make our Raynor essentially useless. Hello Team, they might be looking to ban out a tank here. They already Bone Boys already shows a healer, so they're not looking to ban out Alexstrasza or anything like that. But maybe get rid of the Diablo or even ETC. Maybe probably somebody that allows a lot of slows for the Raynor. But they end up getting rid of Muradin. Quite interesting because Muradin, I mean, he's, again, kind of like a Joanna. He's kind of always good. Doesn't really matter what his team comp is. He can get in there. He can get out. He can cause some disruption. He can stay alive, self-heal, self-sustain. His Q, his Stormbolt is harder to hit on this map just because of all the minions that are around. But they just want to get rid of somebody that they figure might be, maybe they've played against a lot of good Muradins that has scared them out. And I like it. Bone Boys picking up the Jaina. She helps enable Raynor on his level 1 ace in the hole, along with the Diablo with the lightning breath. But they also have Deckard Cain. Deckard Cain, you have the combo with Stay a While, Listen, and APOC. Because Stay a While, Listen, and Dragon's Breath don't work out too well, just because you're going to break them out. Deckard Cain could also go with Lornado, where there's a lot of choke points in these in these objective fights, and then Dragon Breath with extra slows. But Hello Team bringing out the spice with the Kerosene and Abathur. So pretty interesting to see Abathur on this map. It still works. Again, it takes a lot of fighting that happens along a specific objective point away from a lane. So it allows Abathur to get some of that body soak. Plus, you have Clone available for more Cassias or more Phoenixes. Probably more Cassias because Cassia is more of a tank buster. And breaking up Varian. Bone Boy's picking up Varian. I said Raynor, but I meant to say Raynor, but I said Varian. So Bone Boy's picking up Varian. The question is he going to go Taunt? Is he going to go Twin Blades? Or is he going to go Colossus Smash? So Kerosene has Palm if he decides to go it to stop a Colossus Smash. But Varian has the extra slow from Jaina to stay on target with the Fury. Or maybe they just want more taunts than just want more map control. Since there is going to be a clone available, they're just going to say, hey, let's just survive the clone, fight him out, kill the clone, then re-engage because we're going to be a little bit more healthy with the double tank. So we'll be interested to see, look at that level 4 talent to see what they decide to pick. So for anybody else, you guys in chat, if you guys are hanging out here, let me know, kind of talk about it, see what you guys think of these two team comps, who's going to win, who has the better draft. And we'll have to see once it gets into the game. Right off the bat, I mean, I like Abathur. I feel like team comps that can utilize Abathur well are going to have a distinct advantage. Captain Bobo, is that Professor Bobo's, leader? Wait, would Captain be ahead of Professor? I don't know. But either way, let's bring it into game number 1. Hello Team versus Bone Boys. On the left-hand side, the blue team, Hello Team. We got Satellite Jack on the Phoenix, Sidearm on the Cassia, Titan Slayer on that Abathur, Broken on the Joanna, Mad Kazir on the Monk, on the Kerosene. On the right-hand side, we got Bone Boys, some Scrub on the Varian, Anachronaut on the Diablo, Chaos Killer, that's an easy one, on the Deckard, Taste Rancid on the Jaina, and Captain Bobo on that Raynor. So looking at the level 1 talents right off the bat, Devil's Due, which is great for this map because everything's usually kind of close to a lane. We actually have Insight for the Monk, so not the DPS Monk. Q build and auto attacks. Variant's kind of holding the level 1 yet, hasn't really decided if he wants to get his stacks now or later. Because all of his level 1 talents are stacks except for the Overpower. He does pick up Overpower, so which means he's probably most likely going for the tank build. Diablo is actually going in the off lane, it looks like. Not facing off against anybody yet, since there is an Abathur. So a lot of times against an Abathur, we got a 5-man rotation. 4-man really, since Abathur can go anywhere. So we're going to leave Abathur in the bot lane to get that body soak on that lane, and they're going to rotate around as 4, which is very smart. Interesting that they decided to go up to the top lane. So one of the big things when playing with an Abathur and against an Abathur is that Abathur is not good against push. Obviously, he can't do anything to stop somebody that's pushing the lane. So a lot of times you want to be more aggressive with him. You want to be really aggressive in the early game. Force out him to not be hatting somewhere else in the lane. Force him out to focus on the heroes. But on the other side of it, Bone Boys has Varian, which obviously doesn't do anything until level 4. But nice rotation here. Picking up, going right off the bat at the 1-minute mark over to the Merc camps. Again, allows them to put in some pressure. We got Diablo still in the top lane. Just kind of doing his thing. Not really going to be facing off against anybody, just a lonely little Abathur Mines. I'd like to see him clear this up a little bit more, allow Abathur to not really do anything. Hello Team, folks rotating down to these bottom Mercs. We already saw them clear up the Khazra camp of Bone Boys right away. Both teams kind of playing it pretty passive. We've had pretty much no damage going across. Like everybody's at 1,000 damage. Rainer's at 2,000. Everybody's playing pretty passive. Jaina's gonna have a hard time getting her stacks up. Has literally done 0 damage of frostbite damage to the enemy team. Jaina's done 197 damage. She's been in that bot lane the whole time, but both teams just opting to rotate to their mercs. Not fighting at all. Everybody's playing pretty passive. And look at this level 4. We do have the taunt Varian. So, with this first objective, is Hello Team going to be able to secure it with the Abathur? It's very tough. It's if the Abathur team is able to get the first Punisher, it's going to look so good for you, because then not only is your Abathur already getting soak on double lanes, really, because he has body soak and his hat, then your 4-man can push with the Punisher and be very powerful. Hello Team starting off on the objective first, getting up to about 15 coins before Bone Boys decides to jump in. Diablo's looking for some of that flip. Nice unstoppable from the Joanna, is able to deflect all of that Jaina damage. And they're getting focused down to this choke point. Deckard getting Scroll of Sealing onto one member. We got Abathur's doing a lot of damage on top of the Phoenix, but Joanna's getting quite low, and they're still looking for this Joanna. Ends up gonna go down with no trade yet. They might lose more for it with Hello Team. Mad Kazir barely getting out, gonna get some of the healing from Abathur. Cassia trying to poke from the top lane. Diablo getting so low, but he's probably gonna run around to this mid lane and hit a globe and get back in. So that push gave Bone Boys now the control of the point. They're getting the lead on the minions, and the shaman camp that they picked up right before this objective actually took out a gate on top lane, which is going to help them on the second Punisher. This gives the first Punisher to Bone Boys. I mean, it's kind of expected. You have the early game Abathur. It does not have as much as power, so you don't expect to win the first Punisher. So now, hopefully, they are able to defend it pretty quickly. Joanna doing great, baiting the Punisher over the wall, allowing everybody to do the damage. We actually have Cassia and Phoenix taking this top merc, seeing if I think they were trying to allow some other pressure to go on to force the team of Bone Boys away from pushing with this Punisher. They were able to get the front wall. If they get this well, this is a pretty big deal, actually, to get that first wall pretty early, and does go down. Meanwhile, they were still soaking all 3 lanes, so they weren't putting full pressure with that Punisher because it isn't early game pressure, but they still got a lot of value out of it. Since Hello Team decided to rotate up to their mercs, it gave Bone Boys so much more time to just do free push. Gives them a level lead now. So level 7's reached for both teams. Looking at the talents, we got W build Diablo, Cube Mastery. Going for the trait build, the typical Rainer build. I don't really see anything else out of whack here for any builds. We actually have a Subdue from Joanna. You know, he's looking at a double tank front line. I can understand the Subdue. It makes him really slow. This turn, Jaina actually is going for the increased duration, Pierce, and then Icy Ward. So looking to do a lot more auto attacking here. A little bit more sustainy mage as opposed to the burst. So I like this. They're basically making sure that Bone Boys are making sure that they're still soaking up every lane. Not giving up any potential for Abathur to get value. Make sure they keep pressure. Jaina's using up all of her mana, so she has to back out. One of the problems of not going either of the mana regen talents on 1 or 4. So we got quest stacking for Cassia. We got quest insight stacking for Monk. Got a little bit of Deckard Cain doing some solo wave clear, getting engaged upon by the Joanna and the Monk. But Deckard's able to walk away because Deckard is very hard to kill. Their level 10's reached already for Bone Boys. That's a full level and a half available. I'd like to see him get some rotations in here. Try to punish Hello Team with their 10s. I mean, they have Taunt, they have a Jaina, they have a lot of burst to try to blow somebody up. Without Monk having Divine Palm yet, I mean, they should really be looking to scare them off of all control points. We got the objective probably in the next 20 seconds. Look at the Taunt. There's the Taunt. Phoenix is going to have to jump away. Rainer was looking for the interrupt. Almost got it, but not quite. Stay a while and listen, hitting 2 members, but right condemn was perfectly timed from the Joanna to interrupt that right away. Ring of Frost coming out, missing everybody just because the Cassia did the fend coming in. Lightning Breath punish the Cassia for doing that fend. So either way, they're going to get it. Followed up by the monk kill. Again, this is their use of the level 10s. Nice interrupt on the Diablo, stopping the Phoenix from doing the teleport, and that gives them a 3 kill right before the objective is about to spawn, so they can look to push a lot harder here. And right before oh, nice little knockback. He's taking some tower damage. So everybody's available. Everybody's up now for both teams. Objective just spawned. So essentially, Hello Team's really got to focus on getting level 10. I think they'll definitely 100% be able to get it before this objective becomes any problem. Avatar's probably gonna be the one down there. The bot lane get that extra soak. They need like 2-3 more minions. This mid wave should get it, and they'll probably engage here. Now the question is, who do they clone? Do they clone the Cassia or do they clone the Phoenix? I would like to see them clone the Cassia, just because the extra blinds are going to double up and help each other. One ultimate going out. We got Blessed Shield. We do have the Divine Palm. We got Planet Cracker. Looking for that combo. Is he going to do it right on this Deckard? He's looking for the line. There's a nice line right on that funnel. What a great cast of it. Ends up getting the kill on Jaina. Well, at least Cassia got the kill. Phoenix with the setup. So with the level 10s and the clone, Hello Team able to push out Bone Boys. Now they still, I mean, Hello Team still's got a long ways to go on the minions. So I think Bone Boys might be able to poke this out and at least try to re-engage here. There's no more clones, so anything is a 4, or right now it's a 4v3, soon to be a 4v4. Yeah, I like it. They're pushing in here, making them scared, make sure they're not taking this for free. Low on mana, but they have taps. This is going to become close. This is going to be a re-engagement here. This is now a 5v4, 5v4.5. Lightning Breath coming out. Getting a lot of the slows. We're seeing a lot of ace in the hole damage. Nice with the blizzards. Coming in with the ring. Ring hitting 3 people, or at least 2 people. Phoenix barely getting out with the teleport. Joanna ended up dying. Nice combo with the Deckard roots. What a play. Palm beam coming out. Does get popped. I think they still go for it? No, they did. He had the dive anyways. So nice play from Bone Boys. Understanding that, hey, you know, we still have plenty of time to come back in here and take this. So during that, let's looking at the talents again. Almost hit level 13 for Bone Boys. Let's see what they pick up. Once again, we got the second Punisher. Only pushing with the 3-man, allowing Jaina and Raynor to kind of go off and do soak. Jaina's got a lot of that wave clear ability. I think I would like to see Jaina with the variants. That way she can follow up with taunt a little bit more. Raynor doing a lot of push pressure. I guess that's probably why they have Raynor there, because he has Hyperion. Getting that front keep wall, that's a lot of value. Full level lead, full 2 level leads actually, 2.5 level lead here. Due to this double soaking, making sure Abathur gets no value. Or at least get a lot less value. Keeping their pressure up, knowing that they have level 13s, knowing that if they were to re-engage, they can probably just push them out. I mean, they're just keeping pressure up. Diablo's sitting out here. He's got his double souls. He's probably not too scared. It takes him a long time to die, especially since he just got that globe, so it essentially heals him for all of his health. Almost level 13 now. Still keeping that 2.5 level lead for Bone Boys. And honestly, it's still been a pretty passive game. Aside from just doing the full objective fights, everybody's been kind of doing what they can. They're really understanding where they can take their fights and where they don't need to. Level 13 reached for Hello Team. Let's see, we got the Holy Fury, Quicksilver, the armor with the blink teleport. Or warp teleport. So we might be seeing Phoenix come in a little more aggressively. The clone came out. They're still going to keep pushing, but the rest of Bone Boys is just going to walk away from this. Wait for the clone to be done, and then probably re-engage. Everybody's got all their ultimates up. Yeah, I like it. They just walked away, knowing, understanding that, hey, we don't need to fight this anymore. We can just disengage. There's nobody here to keep us up. Variant's coming in for the charge, looking for that taunt. They might try to get this Joanna right after her shield comes out. There's the taunt. Stay a while coming out with the Ring of Frost hitting 2 members. They're turning onto the Cassia, but a huge Planet Cracker actually staying on 2 people. Nice palm to bait out the kill on Diablo. So this was actually a 4v5 coming in favor of Hello Team, just barely. A Planet Cracker did huge damage along with the palm. Interrupt on Satellite Jack, so he's being a little bit more scared, but they don't care. 4v4 with an Avatar hat means that they will win it. Level 16's actually reached for Bone Boys. So, Talenteer ahead now. We actually got the stun out of Decker Cane. That's always fun to see when Decker Cane walks up to somebody and just whacks them with their cane. Providing an extra a little bit more crowd control. Raynor kind of holding his 16. Alright, third Punisher. Talent tiers are down for Bone Boys, or for Hello Team. So we're probably not going to see Hello Team be too aggressive on this shrine. Raynor taking the Executioner talent, or his version of Executioner. Alright. So we see Bone Boys clearing out top mercs, making sure that their Shaman camp is actually the only one that pushes. Put more pressure on the keep, knowing that they got plenty of time. They have level 16s. Hello Team's nowhere near getting level 16s. Almost all ultimates are up. We got Planet Cracker in 5 seconds. So are they going to look to fight this down talent tiers, or are they just going to give it up? They're going to try to steal as many monsters as they can. Diablo trying to charge somebody, but actually ends up hitting the minion. Big Planet Cracker. Again, down talent tiers. Clone comes out on the Phoenix. They're looking to re-engage here. Planet Cracker out. Diablo dead. Big stun and actually finishes the subdue quest for Joanna. That's huge condemn having that for the rest of the game. That means every time he uses it, everybody's getting slowed by 80%. But a big stay a while and Ring of Frost counter kills on the Cassia. Divine Palm barely saved the monk, and Joanna, having no mana here, end up going down. But Hello Team still picked up the Punisher. Are they gonna? They're not gonna lose the keep, right? No, they don't lose the keep. So at least it's not all bad. I mean, taking how that fight went, they were down talent tiers. They didn't even use clone. They used clone after they killed Diablo. They still got a Punisher. So losing 2 people for that is probably a pretty good trade, honestly. Brought them back in line. They're only 1 level behind now, not 2. Well, that worked out for them. I mean, probably not. They probably wanted a little bit more, but taking what you can get, that was way more beneficial than it could have been. A lot worse. So what do these teams do? Raynor's looking aggressive. Looking to take into these camps. We got level 16s. We didn't look at those talents yet, so looking at the talents here. Big invade. We got Ball Lightning coming out, killing the Raynor right away. Clone is not out yet, so big stay a while. Everybody kind of just didn't really do anything with it since the Raynor died. Planet Cracker coming in with these funnels. These Planet Crackers have actually been really good. Only using them when there's choke points available to punish the person walking away or 3 people walking away. So didn't even need to use clone there. That was a 4v5. The fact that the Raynor kind of stepped out a little bit to start their camp and they got punished pretty hard. So this could still go either way. There's no keep down for either team. Hello Team has plenty of room to come back into this game and really put pressure onto Bone Boys. 2 members down, using the Avatar push to counter push the top. We got the 4-man push on the bottom lane, especially with Diablo still rezzing. Raynor running back to the team. Gonna keep this pressure up, keep this lead up. They're slowly closing the gap on this experience. Only down about not even half a level, maybe a third of a level. Pretty negligible at this point since they're on even talent tiers. We got Avatar pushing the top lane. Only Planet Cracker is... Oh, no, I guess they're waiting on Planet Cracker and Clone, so they probably don't want to take any 2 fights. Are they going to get this party bush? Are they going to get a rotation from them? Will Bone Boys take the bait, saying, hey, you're probably going to want to clear top lane next, but where will you rotate? Uh-oh. Here it is. Do they get seen? They're waiting. Check the bush. I think they just might have just gotten seen. There, look at that big silence and blind. Huge with the Planet Cracker in the background. Again, in these choke points, Janus survived for a little bit during the ice block, but not enough. They found the bait to work out beautifully for them. With the double blinds and the ball lightning, everybody got stuck in that choke point, got melted. All right. Fourth Punisher of the game. We got 20 seconds. The members of Bone Boys are not going to be up in time before this Punisher starts. So they're going to have a lot of time to be able to get... I think they actually might be able to just get the first Punisher. They're now ahead a level. They're really close to level 20. Abathur's going to be able to get them level 20 pretty easy. He still has Clone Up available. So they can even take the next fight if they want to. Even before level 20. Unlucky for Hello Team is that this Punisher is the bot lane, which has the most forward up, but Abathur is making quick work of that, making sure that the structure is as hurt as it can be. Looks like Bone Boys opting to try to get some value elsewhere, saying, hey, we're not going to fight into this, knowing how close they are to 20. They're just going to get their own value. I like it. Just take their own keep. Say, hey, you might get a keep bot lane, but we're going to at least get one keep, and we can all hearth after this. Great shot call by Bone Boys. And they'll all be able to hearth in time to defend this Punisher. Hopefully not lose a keep on bottom. We'll actually put Bone Boys ahead. Now, Grant, Abathur will be able to push out this top lane. Got Hyperion coming out, trying to do as much damage as they can. Oh, they actually did not bait the Punisher over that well. Planet Cracker comes out, does not end up hitting anybody this time. Got a little ambitious there. Clones coming out, they're looking to push. They want this keep. They know Diablo's hurt. They know Bone Boys is not level 20 yet. They're just trying to bait the Punisher away from that keep as much as possible. Get some free damage in it before the team engages. Dragon's Breath coming out. What is it called, Dragon's Breath? Lightning Breath, every time. Raynor ends up dying from the ball lightning. So, during all that, still not able to reach level 20 for Bone Boys. What's up, Bobo? So, that, they finally got the keep for keep. Artemis Quill, my sister is Hello Team's captain. Nice. They're doing good, man. They're winning. Or, I don't know, it's still even. It's still 1 keep down for both teams. Both teams have 2 keeps left. I guess the only way I can say Hello Team is winning is because of this last structure on the fort. Hello Team's been doing great on the team fights up until that last one. I mean, the last one could have had a little bit of work, but they got to keep out of it, so you can't be upset about that. Looks like Bone Boys playing a little passive. Make sure that they know everywhere on the map. Essentially allowing Hello Team to do whatever they want. They're just running around taking all the mercs, making sure they can keep Bone Boys in the lane. A lot of times in situations like this, you kind of run into this weird, like, do we fight them? Do we try to run around and get a gank somewhere? Like, would have Bone Boys had a better decision running around to this top shaman camp to try to say, hey, you guys might be coming up here next because you're taking on the mercs. Ooh, nice decision from Hello Team. Holding off on this merc capture. Clearing out the lane to make sure that it doesn't get set up where the shaman camp is actually in front of the rest of its minions. Because the shaman camp will push out. I like it. They're holding it completely, waiting for the objective. Granted, the objective is top lane, so that shaman camp's not going to get as much value. On the plus side, since the bot lane keep is down for Hello Team, those catapults are going to be pushing all while this fight over the next objective starts. We got another party bush started. Are they going to check the bushes this time? Do we got a fire stomp? Ooh, they do. Doesn't quite see the Joanna, doesn't go in there, but the monk showing with the Spirit. Stay a while. This is coming out, hitting 2 members. Are they going to combo it? One person got interrupted. Countering with the Blessed Shield and the Planet Cracker. Literally, Satellite Jack is just sitting way in the back every game, every team fight, and just saying, hey, I'm just going to sit back here, wait for you guys to do everything, and then I'll Planet Cracker. Picking up 2 kills. They're still fighting, though. I mean, Bone Boys is still saying, hey, we can still come back in it. Satellite Jack is still not in the team fight. A Knockrot gets the huge, whatever that ability is called, Lord Terror, allowing him to stay alive. He was at like no health. So what can Hello Team do here? Let's look at the damage. We got Cassia with that 51,000. Phoenix is actually not even that close just because he's been sitting in the back winning the Planet Cracker. But what can Hello Team, what can Bone Boys do? How do they get back into this game? They're probably going to lose this top keep when they give up this Punisher. They need to try to find an engagement on their terms. They have not been able to get an engagement on their terms with a Diablo charge and picking somebody off. It looks like they were waiting around in this bush, seeing if maybe they might have done a backdoor. But no dice there. So, next Punisher, jumping onto this keep lane. We got Abathur pushing bot lane, making sure those catapults are constantly a threat. We got all ultimates up. Do we see the Planet Cracker again? He is in the back line. Are they going to follow up with the next Punisher jump? Are they going to... There's the clone. We're seeing the aggressive blink in, make sure to do as much damage as he can. Satellite Jack still sitting in the back. He's looking for these choke points. Big stay a while. Listen, but he was already interrupted. Planet Cracker coming off to just barely... Actually, he didn't even get the final kill on the Diablo. The minions did. But he's right back with the souls. They're looking to push on to keep now. Huge Punisher jump landed on 3 members. Stay a while, listen. Or not stay a while. Endless pots from Kane, keeping everybody alive. But this core is dying so fast. Abathur gets into the action and gets that final slap on the core. So, good job from both teams. I mean, honestly, it was very even for a while. It seems like a lot of the team fights ended up going in favor of Hello Team. The Planet Cracker combos with the Joanna Blessed Shield and the I mean, they just Phoenix was always in a position to look at a funnel and using Planet Cracker there. So, hey, get this guys in between these 2 rocks. I'm just gonna beam them to death. So they did a really good job being patient with their team fights and winning them. So congratulations to Hello Team for game number 1. All right, guys. So we're gonna take a very short break while we're getting ready for the second game, which is gonna take us to Dragonshire. So bear with me. All right, guys. I'll see you guys in about 2 minutes. All right, guys. So we're back. We're just getting the lobby started for game number 2. We got bringing us to Dragonshire. Picked by Hello Team. They're coming in with one. They're coming in with 1 win already, and now they're going to their picked map. So this is going to give them opportunity to do a strategy that they want. Hopefully they have a plan going into it that gives them a little bit of an advantage going into the map. Everybody's in the lobby, so we're going to see if they're ready to go. So how you guys doing? I think there was a pretty good game last round. I mean, they were honestly pretty even the whole time. Both teams had a keep down. It just came down to a lot of those late game team fights. I think it really turned when Hello Team got that bush strat, like that bush gank on that top shaman camp, and able to knock out like 3 people right away. I was like, oh, there we go. We got this level lead. We're just going to run the train now and do whatever we want. So I think it might have discouraged Bone Boys a little bit that they weren't able to take the team fights that they wanted. But it looks like everybody's ready, so we're good to go.
Dragonshire.
All right. Game number 2 of Hello Team versus Bone Boys. So, Dragonshire, again, another rotation-heavy map. A map where top lane, solo lane is very important. Rotations to that lane is very important. Being able to swap out the shrine control and... Well, yeah, I mean, just being able to swap out the shrine control whenever you lose bottom, make sure that the enemy team does not have the ability to capture the dragon, delay it out for a little bit of the late game or for when you get a pick, and the death timers are a little longer. So, you know, your Rel's very strong. Sonya's pretty good. Blaze is pretty good to be able to sit on the point. They end up banning out Asmodan again. You know, Asmodan, one of those people that will, again, they will just poke a lot for a while. They'll get a lot of late game bursts. They'll provide some global pressure with the general. Pretty good hero now with the rework and the buff after the rework. So is White Mane going to be banned out by Hello Boy or Hello Team? They are not going to have first pick, but they do get the first 2. So maybe they think that nope, they are going to ban out White Mane, so she is not going to have the opportunity to show her skills. Second ban, did they get rid of the Deckard? I believe last game they banned out Kael'thas. So Bone Boys picked up the Deckard. We didn't see any Yrel ban or pick last game, I believe. No, Yrel did get banned. Yeah, and there she gets banned again. So no Yrel dominating on the top lane. Allows for Blaze and Dahaka to both be a high priority pick. Dahaka giving some of that global pressure on the map, allowing if your team already controls both shrines, you can like immediately burrow to mid lane to try to sneak a dragon while one team fights over bottom, or to stop another team from capping dragon to burrow to a uncontested lane. Hello Team opting to ban out the Varian. They did play against one last game. I guess they said that maybe with the comp that they're doing now, they don't want to have them give them the option of picking Varian, or the other enemy team to pick Varian. Maybe that means they're going more towards a Genji or a Tracer, or somebody that's going to be in their face. The first pick Thrall, so that's going to give him the solo lane. He can poke pretty well once he's up there. He gets beat by a lot of heroes in the solo lane. I mean, especially not until he gets Echo of the Elements. Once again, Hello Team immediately picking up the Joanna and also the Cassia. They did pick Cassia up last game. Maybe they want to say, hey, we're going to make sure we can get... Maybe they're trying to bait them away from the Raynor to say, you definitely don't want to pick Raynor now. Thrall's already showing one auto attacker. They probably assume that another auto attacker is going to be picked. So they figure double blind's already worth it. Wait, is this on purpose? The Stukov Malfurion play. Double support, and that's like double full support. White man is banned. Are they gonna ban out? So what? What? So neither are they. Like, oh, I'm so confused. Stukov doesn't really have a damage build. He has a fun damage build with his trait, but it's not really going to be effective. Malfurion, ooh, Cho'Gall ban with the double healers. I guess they didn't want to. That makes sense. It makes sense, honestly. A Cho'Gall ban. It can be a very possible cheese with the double heals. I would imagine that they probably wanted to pick Cho'Gall first here, though, because there's not really too many counters. They could have banned one of the counters. Especially if they go double heals, then they're not even afraid of a new Brack. All they need to ban is like Tychus or Leo or something. Ban out the Phoenix. It was a good Phoenix last game with a great position on the Planet Cracker. So, Hello Team is probably sitting here thinking, what are they planning to do? They have double heals. Malfurion, I guess, is going to go Moonfire auto attack build. I'm not quite sure. We got... I mean, are they going to pick... They have to pick up their Deckard, I guess. They maybe not even... They end up picking up Lucio. They do go with the Genji, so that's probably why they banned out the Varian. So they have Genji, Lucio, and Cassia. Genji provides some burst, but there is burst healing on the Stukov. I'm so interested to see what Bone Boys is doing here. Like, what is their kill? How do they kill people? Stitches Lunara. So they have a lot of potential lockdowns. A Stitches pull into Malfurion route, into Stukov silence and route later on. But it's only with Lunara damage. What is the goal? I'm so confused. So, Hello Team, picking up the Tyrael, kind of giving them their own version of a double support with the extra shields. It does well against Lunara, providing those shields against the dot damage. We'll give Genji a lot of enable to dive in. I don't know. This will be weird. This is an interesting team. I don't know what you guys are doing. I just don't know how. I don't know how Bone Boys kills anybody. But let me guys know if there's something I'm not seeing. Type in chat. Let's see if we can figure out their strategy before they show us it. But so right now, I mean, right now I'm liking Hello Team more. Just because it's meta, I guess. I'm just not seeing the strategy of the Malfurion and Stukov. Satellite Jack in chat after that double heals pick. Showing some love. Alright, let's bring it to game number 2. Division D West, Hello Team versus Bone Boys. We got Broken on the Joanna, Mad Kaiser on the Genji, Titan Slayer on the Tyrael, Satellite Jack on the Lucio, Sidearm on the Cassia. On the right hand side, we got Bone Boys, Captain Bobo on the Malfurion, Some Scrub on the Stitches, Anachronaut on the Stukov, Taste Rancid on the Thrall, and Chaos Killer on the Lunara. Little zoom in, zoom out action on there. We got. Alright, we got dash build, we got shields, we got slam build for some extra damage. Hippity hop, the move speed. Getting between lanes, so we're probably going to see her do a lot of rotations. Thrall not picking the talents yet. Seeing who's going to come up against him, seeing if he needs. I feel like he's going to take Echo of the Elements no matter what. The other thing about this is they also, I mean, Bone Boys also has pretty low wave clear until Lunara gets level 4. Captain Bobo stepping up a little far, getting quite low. One hook going out. I think Broken still has the trait available. So no, he does not. So he actually took a lot of damage there. The show healing, starting him up. Now, Lucio heals are pretty weak in the beginning. Ooh, look at this. I like this play. Sending 2 people top lane. Knowing that the 4-man on bot is not going to be that scary with just the Lunara and the double heals. So as long as they focus on clearing the waves, but we actually got a little bit of a Genji Malfurion 1v1, and Genji does not win that at all because Malfurion will just Moonfire. Lucio also getting low. So with the Cassie, with the Joanna rotating up top, we got Tyrael now rotating to mid and bot, figuring out what he wants to do. So we are seeing the Malfurion doing the Moonfire build. That's going to allow to give him a little bit more dueling capabilities. Now we have the Stukov is now going against the Genji. Genji took 1 try against the Malfurion, said never mind. Tries against the Stukov, also says never mind because he has to stand on the point, or tries to stand on the point. 2-man on top, winning that out as, of course. Looking at the damage, we got Genji doing a lot of poke. Lunara actually is sitting at double that with 16k. Stukov is still sitting here trying to body out this Genji. Realizes the rest of the team is rotating down to him, decides to get out of there. He's just gonna sit here and auto attack. What's it? He didn't take. There he went. Okay. Ooh, but it got a little too far out. The boop might have saved him with the Malfurion heals. I don't think if he got booped there, he probably would have gotten stuck and body blocked. So a little better for him. Change the scene because I'm good at this. I keep forgetting that. So right now, this is another situation. It's a little tough. Hook to interrupt the first channel. We got Stukov is going to try to compete on bottom. We got Thrall trying to compete on top. We got a little bit of poking back and forth, constantly trying to interrupt this Tyrael. Malfurion is probably one of the best people to interrupt this channel. Another hook. Getting a lot of poison damage going out. Lucio is actually getting quite low. Will end up dot healing himself back up. Stukov is still fighting this Genji on bottom. And now with the Thrall versus the Cassia, we actually have Bone Boys picking up the kill, first kill. Getting everybody low in this mid lane. They might pick up this first Dragon Knight. Giants, Genji's not able to do anything against these Giants. Stukov is just being a bully against Genji. Not something you would see every day with the Stukov dueling. Yep, thanks, I got it. So, Lunara still doing all the damage. 2 kills going over for Bone Boys. Stukov finally getting pushed off this bot lane. But, my healer buddy coming in, saying, hey, I'll trade off with you. I'll just auto-attack him to death. I got it, guys. Gone. I'm not going to type anything. I thought I put myself on busy. So, since nobody could look at the talents yet, I'll bring it up now. 3rd kill. Going over for Bone Boys. I mean, this double healer, I mean, for some reason, this Stukov is just dueling everybody. Thrall once again kills Cassia in the top lane. I mean, it's an odd comp, but it is working for them. They're getting the level lead. They got the first dragon. Now going to put some pressure onto these towers. I mean, I feel like on the late game, Lunar gets strong, Thrall gets strong. They have double heals for sustain. Now I'm thinking that Hello Team might actually not have a way to kill anybody because of this full double heals. But once they get 16, I mean, Hello Team with 16 with Lucio should be able to negate Lunar completely. Pushing off this first Dragon Knight. But even while they're pushing that off, look how low they are. 1 hook going out on the Tyrael. Nice hit. Kind of threading the needle there. Probably wasn't really expecting to hit anybody. Unfortunately, the Genji has been regulated to constantly being in lane, not able to provide that burst damage that he wants onto these healers. Alright, so not keeping the talents up for a little bit since I had the wrong overlay for a while. I mean, either way, this is still kind of the same story that happened in game number 1. We got Bone Boys up 2 levels. Up 1 level. Level and a half. Against Hello Team. But Hello Team was able to bring it back in the late game with some superior team fighting with their ultimates. So I'm assuming they're probably going to come back out with the same. They'll have Genji for the X Strike. They'll have Blessed Shield, Cassia damage like they did last game. Level 10's reached for Bone Boys. Got the Sundering, Flailing Swipe, Twilight Dream to get that silence. Now, finally, the first kill for Hello Team, picking off the Stukov on the bot lane. He's been getting a little bit too aggressive with his auto-attacking. Genji having a tough time against this Thrall. Really can't do anything about it because he's going to get poked out by the lightning. Plus, Thrall can self-heal. Level 10's reached. Oh, Tyrael? Ooh, the poison, but the Lucio heal's getting it back in. Just barely on edge. The Thornwood Vines from Lunara, keeping everybody so slow. She's kiting, just being a pain to everybody. Hook going out to sidearm. Gorge getting popped up because Lucio walked up to him. Nice, putting him right on top of the roots. Doesn't even need to use Twilight Dream. Lucio gets slowed by the Lunara and ends up falling. So nice pick right off the bat, right during this objective. Giving him 1 to 5. Looking at the damage, Lunara is so far ahead of everybody else, but we got this fight down here, and Lunara kind of just stood there and got wrecked by Cassia, but stood there long enough for them to get the second dragon. We got Judgment coming out. We got Ball Lightning, Shield Barrier, Thrall dying up top, barely survives from the Tyrael. Self-shielding, keeping him alive from that last tower shot. Got some camera work that needs to go on. I need to be paying attention to these health bars so I can make sure if somebody Hearth right next to the Dragon Knight, a little bit of a bait. Stukov sitting in his bot lane. Make sure you can get some wave clear. Make sure they keep that experience lead like they had in game number 1. Joanna is saying none of that. Might catch himself a little out of position, forced to use the Unstoppable. Actually, how did that break it? He shouldn't have got knocked back for that. That was a lot of damage to break that Unstoppable so quickly. Level 13's reached for Bone Boys. Oh my god, huge Thornwood Vines, putting out so much damage, forcing out the shield barrier from the Lucio. Mouth was looking for that Twilight Dream, not quite getting up close enough to sign, hey, it's not yet. Nice hook, putting down to Lucio once again. There we have Gorge onto Tyrael, followed up with immediately with the roots. Nice root from the Thrall. Finish it up, but a huge blow up from the Tyrael as well, and his dying breath saying, I will be avenged. But this Lunara, I mean the double heals Lunara is just pumping out damage. Hook barely missing. Like, the Lunara's at 48,000. 48,000. I mean, Stitches is at 30. And so the team with double heals is essentially tripling the damage of Hello Team. Like, what? Alright. I still have a level lead. A level and a half a lead. Bone Boys putting some pressure on bot lane. They already have mid fort. Is this their game? Stukov going for the lurking range arm. The lurking arm range. They're going to keep pushing on here. 13's not quite reached for Hello Team. They saw Tyrael in the top lane, so they're going to make sure they can get as much value as they can. One hook going out, followed by the Gorge. Root is already going out, though, so they're not going to be able to root him right away. Twilight Dream being popped out. Judgment going onto the Stitches. Probably not the most efficient target that they could, because they're not going to get any value out of it. A lot of big root sundering. The Thornwood Vines still doing a lot of damage. Sound Bear keeping them alive. a pretty long team fight here with nobody dying, but the health bars of Bone Boys are so high. X-Strike coming out to secure the kill on Malfurion. Counter kill on Joanna. Oh, Stitch is looking for this hook. Does he time it out? Oh, he didn't have it yet. That would have been sick. So, a 1-for-1 trade. Healer for the tank. I think that's still in the benefit of Bone Boys. Man, once... I wonder if Bone Boys is going to go for the long hook. Because that can secure a kill, especially with Gorge. But, because they don't seem like they need too much peeling right now since they have the double support. One hook going out. No Gorge. Especially not an material. I think he was probably looking to gorge them over the wall. Shin Gun being picked up at level 13. So we got Holy Ground, so we're going to have a little bit more chaos. Alright, so we got a little bit of a scuffle. Now, Stukov, the new solo laner god going up against the Joanna, has the self-heals. Just going to auto-attack for people. Ends up using his Flailing Swipe a little early because now he's going to be engaged upon by the Genji, followed up by the Blessed Shield, and that's going to be a dead Stukov. A little greedy there. 16 not quite reached for Bone Boys. Cassia gotten picked up and eaten. We're going to have the Judgment to slow down the Stitches, making sure that Cassia can't be put over the wall, but it didn't matter because the Sundering forced Cassia into the towers anyways, and securing the double kill. Now with level 16s, we got the Executioner Spirit Wolf and the Long Root. So that way make sure to keep people in position and where they want them. Thrall's running up to the top lane to secure the top Dragon Shrine. Alright, level 16, level 14. Now, Hello Team's been worse. I mean, they were in this same position last game. They still have the ability to come back as we saw before. We do get the fishing hook, so we're going to look for the long range picks into the Gorge. And Gorge is up in 5 seconds, so he's positioning back to the towers, seeing if he can bait anybody into going after the Stukov or going after the Malfurion. Looking for the Gorge onto the Lucio. He gets it. See, we're going to have the root. One stun coming out. Actually, stops him from getting the root onto the Lucio. What a great play by Broken, but not quite enough to save the Lucio. Ends up with dying anyways. Are they going to try to turn this somehow? They're fighting down 16. They already lost their healer. They don't have the sound barrier to stop the Lunara damage. Probably not a position they want to be in. Another big root and the hook coming in to secure the Joanna kill. Looking at this damage now, we got Malfurion with 32. Malfurion is almost beating the Cassia of the other team. So step aside, guys. This is the new strat. The double heals DPS Malfurion. Ooh, if that wolf would have landed on Genji, I think that would have been a dead Genji. Hook going out. No Gorge yet, 5 seconds. We got Sundering. Cassia stepping out a little too far forward. Getting knocked out. Level 16 still not reached for Hello Team. Sound Barrier coming out, making sure you can save one. But Genji's going to be eaten. Judgment coming out to try to save him. Genji immediately dies to the Stitches Gorge, followed by the Tyrael's. Tyrael's probably going to look for the Stitches. Barely. Stitches barely lives. Alright, a late game Dragon now, looking for this mid keep. Plus, with the Lunara siege damage, I mean, they should be able to take these items pretty quick. Actually, did Lunara even take it? Nope. Wait. So Lunara went for self-healing when she has 2 healers. Man, they are really hyper-carrying this Lunara. Alright, one dragon. We still got 30 seconds left on this dragon. They're going to go for at least keep wall down here. Probably not going to go for another keep unless they get a pick. They do have Gorge in 3 seconds. And being able to push somebody away with the dragon after you Gorge somebody almost guarantees a kill. There's the hook with the immediate Gorge under the Cassia. This should be a dead Cassia. I don't think they're going to have the follow-up. There's the root. Even with the blinds, wasn't fast enough. to keep her alive. Sundering securing the kill on the Tyrael. Tyrael's going to try to get some explosion damage, but there is a Stukov, so he does not care at all. Another hook coming out onto the Lucio. Roots onto the Genji. And they're still with the silence and the root on top of it. Twilight Dream for more silence. They're going to look to kill out this Johanna, but barely gets the unstoppable. They're going to get another keep here. If they get another pick, they can look for core. What a hook. Long range on the low health Johanna securing another kill. I think they go for core here. 4-level lead with this comp. There's just no, they just can't, you know, Hello Team just can't do damage to them. I feel like they should keep pushing. They have, I mean, Thrall's going to do enough damage to it. Lunar's going to do a good amount of damage to it. Apparently, Malfurion does a lot of damage. Malfurion up to 49,000. Stitches up to 52. Stitch is beating out the other team. So who needs actual DPSers when you can just pick double tank, or pick tank and healers? Coming up with the hungry Stitches just to slow them down some more. Thrall's looking for the kills. We got the double roots, but Lunar's actually getting the final kills with the dots. I feel like Hello Team is just throwing their bodies at the other Bone Boys just to slow them down as much as they can, but to no avail. The 4-level lead secures game number 2 for Bone Boys. All right, so looking at these stats, we got Lunara with a doubling the damage of Cassia. Stitches beating him out, Malfurion beating out the DPS. So essentially they had a tank and a healer acting as assassins for Bone Boys, and they just couldn't get through it. I mean, Hello Team just couldn't get through it. Look at the healing. Lucio actually beat out both Malfurion and Stukov, but it just wasn't enough. So congratulations, ended up with a draw. So both teams getting more and more draws. We're gonna see if we can get a interview real quick. Oh man, so those were, I mean, it was a really close game 1. It was a very interesting game 2. I would not have guessed that those comps would have come out, at least for the double heal Stitches would have come out and worked as well as it did. It worked so well. Like, they looked super clean. Were not really in any threat the whole game. So they had no problem. So it looks like we're going to get Captain Bobo from the Bone Boys. Talk about these two games, or at least what their team thought about the game. Granted, they didn't win the first game, so we'll get his take on it and where they might have improved, and then definitely talking about this comp in game number 1 or game number 2. If we can get him in. I need some water. Jeez. I did not drink enough water before this. Note to self for next time. Any day now. I gotta go to bed. Alright guys, so what do you guys think of game number 2? Mad Cats are already in chat saying GG's. I mean, they were still good games, honestly. I mean, game number 1 was great. The Planet Crackers were awesome to see and getting all those choke points. Game number 2, it was funny to see the Stitches and double healer comp, and especially the Stukov essentially 1v1ing Genji and somebody else. I think they were trying to 1v1 Cassia, or no, Johanna. That's what it was. Alright, I'm not sure what's happening here. But if he's not coming in, I'm just going to get the other team. All right. Let's see if we can get somebody else. All right.
Hello.
Hey, finally got you in here.
Hey, sorry for the delay.
Well,
Technical
congratulations.
difficulties.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I mean, coming out with the draw still good. I mean, were you guys expecting like coming in with any like high hopes, or were you kind of expecting to come out with the draw? I mean, obviously you wish for the domination, right? But did you,
Yeah.
what were you guys feelings coming into this game in this match?
Um. So, we're kind of just a bunch of ragtag crazy people. So I don't know that we were expecting anything in particular. The first game, I think early game we were doing very well pre-10. I mean, which you kind of expect versus an Abacomp.
Yep.
But then, after 10, a lot of times that Divine Palm shut us down, or we just couldn't end up coordinating in a team fight. I was happy with the keep trade right before 20s, but then I was hoping it wouldn't be a keep trade, but unfortunately that kind of didn't work out. Just first game, things were going well, but they didn't quite work out the way we'd like. And then second game, so we definitely did not mean to draft Malfstukov.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Nope. But basically, what happened was we were kind of tooling around with some stuff. Somebody was AFK; they didn't lock, so we kind of just yeah. So we kind of just
Just went with it.
Yeah. We made the best out of a less than ideal situation. But I mean, it worked out.
Yeah, I mean, 5 kills to 21. I would say it worked out rather well. Looked pretty clean, honestly. It looked like a practice strategy.
Nope.
But that's good to know. Good to know for all these other teams. Maybe it is a practice strategy. You're just trying to troll us, trying to bait us into thinking otherwise. But
I really wish that were the case.
man, I mean, I feel like you already answered all my questions. So you just went on a spiel about the both games. I don't even need to do my job.
Yeah.
But so game number 1. Like you talked about before, you guys had an early level lead pretty handily, like a 2 level lead pretty much the whole time until level 16. And then eventually, like, you guys took a fight where didn't check a bush and you just got wombo comboed up into the top shaman camps. What are your comms like at that point? Because that caught up, that brought Hello Team back into the fold. They got a level lead on you. Like, how do you guys do on comms in a situation like that?
I mean, like I said, I don't think any of us are trying to be like HGC, stars or anything like that. Literally half second before I walked into that bush, I started to say on comms, I think they might be in this bush, and then obviously they were. But no, I mean, we're just kind of, I think most of us are just playing this to have fun. So obviously, it was definitely a setback. But the way the fights were going post 10, I don't. It was definitely tricky. Even if that hadn't had happened.
Yeah, the positioning of Planet Cracker was just punishing you so much. And it was, I mean, really good on Hello Team. I think it was Satellite Jack was actually the that or Sidearm. One of those two were the Phoenix in that game.
I mean, they were coordinating really well. 100% giving them props. I mean, even with all of like the blinds and the Karazim Earth Ally, Raynor was still top damage. I'm not saying that to be like boastful, but what I'm saying is like, they probably like neutered a lot of what our auto attackers could have done,
Mm-hmm.
and then additionally their positioning, because we talk after the game, and a lot of the team was saying like, yeah, they were positioning to like zone me out, or like I couldn't get an angle, which is huge.
Yeah, definitely. Which gave them the win, and eventually gave them the win on game number 1. But you guys brought it back in game number 2 with the unconventional comp, the accidental comp, and so you played Malfurion with the DPS Malfurion with the Moonfire, and still beat out all of their DPS. So how's that feel?
Wait, did I really?
Yeah.
I know I beat out Thrall because I kept egging our Thrall on about it.
I mean, like, you didn't beat out like everybody in the game, but you beat out the other teams. So like you beat out
No,
Cassia and
yeah.
Genji, and I mean you did beat on your Thrall.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't I don't want to sound like, like I don't care. Like I guess it feels nice. It feels nice to win, but like at the end of the day, I'm one
As long as you have
person
fun. Yeah.
in 5 people. So if we don't all pull our weight, we don't all win.
Yeah, of course.
But I mean, I think Malfurion, especially when you go Twilight Dream, like he puts out a sneaky amount of damage. You take Celestial Alignment at 1, and he does like almost 75% or 100% extra damage with each auto attack.
Yep.
And it's like old Tassadar before they nerfed him. Like, oh, why is Tassadar doing so much damage? It's like, well, look at his talents. Like, how much is he melting you for? Yes, he's a support, but he can still surprise you if you let him.
Yeah.
Like there was early game, I was trading into Genji, and I play Malf a lot in Hero League, and so I'm like, yeah, I can take this trade.
Easy.
And I had full health, and he had to go tap. Like, but you need to know your character, and you need to know the characters you're playing against.
Mm-hmm. So then, for this, obviously, I think both your teams, I think you guys had a slightly better record right now, but how are you guys feeling about your upcoming matches and I think your next 2 matches for NGS this round?
I've only personally played in one other series besides this. I'd like to play in more of them. I think we're gonna go out there. We're gonna give it our all. We were actually just talking after the game. I play Hero League a lot, but like a lot of people in our team are just like quick matchers. In terms of like feelings of like I get a little anxious. My adrenaline was pumping first game. Like unfortunately it kind of ended on a dour note, but
the different beasts playing in these little leagues. You get these you
yeah,
get these rivalries. It's fun. It's great.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I mean I think we're not necessarily looking to be like the best team or anything like that, but if we can have over a 50% record, because that's what Blizzard said is good, right? You need over a 50% record. We can take some matches. I'll say personally, you can check my hero profile. I love wacky heroes. I'm like an Abathur main. I still haven't gotten to play him. I haven't gotten to play Medivh, Zarya, any of these sort of off meta heroes.
Saying all the strats.
I mean, as much a strat as Zarya is, right? It's like, congratulations, you're gonna play an underpowered hero.
Yeah.
But no, it's like I said, we're playing for fun. I mean, obviously we'd love to win, but at the end of the day, nobody's crying in their cornflakes.
Yeah, that's a good mindset to have. Well, do you guys have any shout outs that you want to give out?
Hang on, team. Do anybody want to give a shout out to anybody?
What, are you still talking to them?
They're on the Twitch thing. Oh,
so there's a 2-minute delay.
All right, I'm muting you. So no, we don't have anyone to shout out to. No, okay. Shout out to our competitors. They played a hell of a game, especially first game. And shout out to my team, our team. Shout out to NGS. Shout out to the wonderful casters. I studied the replays, so hopefully you didn't talk too much smack about our team.
Not too much. Only a little.
But no, shout out to the organizers. I mean, this has been so much fun for me personally. And we're just looking forward to playing more games and have more fun.
Yep. Well, a lot more games to go, and I wish you luck and the members of Hello Team as well. So, congratulations again on the draw. It's better than 2 losses. So you can take it and get to the next game. All right.
Thank you, man. Take it easy.
You too. All right, guys. So that leaves it that leaves it to the end of the cast for me. I hope you enjoyed it. You can hit a follow if you like. If you enjoyed what you see, give me some tips or give me some advice on what you think might be better. I'm always looking to improve. I am also a member of a Division B East team that we play tomorrow versus Gilly Sharks, and then Thursday. And then I'm also casting on Thursday, and then I'm going to be picking up a lot more games to cast next week. So look out for that. I'm going to leave you with the final screen that's going to give you kind of an update of where you can find me next. So have a good night, guys.